universe is collapsing. I need you to assemble your teams. More information coming soon. Be on the lookout. Did you get your invite?
On December 26th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, a battle will take place that will change our universe forever. Doom Squad Gaming presents Secret Wars. We have assembled Earth's mightiest gamers to face off in an all-out battle royale. Up to 16 teams racing through the Cosmic Cube Threat Sector, the Omega Level Threat, and the all-new Claw Raid. Players like Bob Duck and Weave have already tasted victory. Will his team reign supreme, or will teams featuring some of the community's young Avengers take the crown and become the Earth's mightiest heroes? Find out live December 26th. This is your Doom Squad Gaming brand ambassador, Spring. And as Doom would say, let the good times roll.
Did you get your invite? It started with Maximov. Her untapped power ripped a hole into something we didn't even know existed. Then Loki and Sylvie happened. What she did caused everything we know to crumble. Then Parker and Strange. Their tampering caused every universe to collide, almost causing a convergence. Now, in every universe, we must put an end to all these tachyon anomalies and vibranium leaks. Assemble every strike team available in every universe. Start with Rappaccini in the Cosmic Cube. Move on to her little lackey over there at the Omega Level Threat. And damn it, stop Claw so we can end this multiversal threat. You have your orders. Oh, and Avengers, good luck. Chosen as your strike team's captain. Your entire universe's survival depends on the teams you choose. Now, some captains may choose to join other strike teams. That way they'll ensure the survival of their universe. But you need to choose your teams. Choose your teams wisely and choose your teams now.
What taking people? It's your boy Doom Killer 80, and welcome to another episode of the Hawkeye review. We've got a few people on the panel tonight, or today, I should say. We got Alien Fodder. Alien.
Hi guys.
We got my 2020 twin set out the game. I want to hit him with that intro, boss.
Hello, salutations. What to do is start the gamer off, father, the do-rag gang. You know the vibes, like and subscribe. Let's get it.
And we have the Miss Cute Little Chaos Kitty in the building. Want to say hello to the people, Kitty?
Hello, all you possum people.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, guys, this is the review for the final episode of Hawkeye. Mm-hmm. Woo! Yeah.
A lot to digest.
Yeah. It was a lot going on in this episode. A whole lot going on. They had a lot to, I guess, catch up with and finish out. And it did an okay job with it. We'll start with you, Miss Cute Little Chaos Kitty. Did you enjoy the episode?
I enjoyed it a lot. Might as well be my favorite episode of the series.
Really? Huh? Why is that? I'm confused.
Just because I had a lot of fun from start to finish. Not a lot of length or drawn out moments in there because it was just so packed. Obviously, it had its shortcomings, but all in all, it was super entertaining. So, yeah, my favorite.
Okay. Miss Alien Fire, did you enjoy the episode at all?
I not only did I enjoy it, I just loved it. I just I loved it. It's gonna be hard for me to find negative things to say about it, even though it probably wasn't perfect. But
This is going to be really interesting.
and Jeremy Renner finally convinced me he can be Hawkeye, and I can enjoy him as Hawkeye. And to me, it's a huge deal. It's a huge deal. So yeah.
Good. Okay. Twin.
It wasn't bad. I kind of enjoyed Home Alone 4 back in New York. It wasn't a terrible way to send out the series. At that point I kind of accepted pretty much what it was, and I thought, wow, it wasn't better than some previous episodes. I did enjoy seeing more Kingpin than I was expected, but and we ended up getting our our nice little Disney ending, which was cool. There was some very good moments. There was some incredibly cringe moments, some very confusing moments, but a lot, like you said, a lot was going on in this finale. But overall, I thought it was a solid way to end the series based on what they'd established so far.
Nice. Well, I actually enjoyed the episode. I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? It wasn't like the best episode. They definitely had some cringy moments. A little bit of drawn outness in certain areas, but overall, it was a good episode. I thought the ending could have been better. I mean, not the ending, but the ending episode to the finale. I thought it could have been better, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. It was all right though. You know what I mean? I wasn't mad at it. The music was horrible. Like I never really had an issue with the music until this episode, and I don't know if it was just louder or I was paying attention.
I told y'all the music was bad.
Yo, that music was bad though. But overall though, it was a pretty good episode. Y'all know what I'm about to ask next now. What did they get right? And we will start with you, Miss Alien Fodder.
What did they get right? The pacing was pretty good. I didn't really notice any drawn out moments. I know that Doom, you apparently did. Maybe I just glossed over them. But to me, I mean, the pacing was great. It was... from start to finish, really. So that they got right. The arrow fight. I mean, yeah, I always come back to that, but I just thought it was really well done. So and in Kingpin, yeah, I really enjoyed whenever he was on screen. I mean, Vincent D'Onofrio has a presence like. He's just so perfect for that type of role. So yeah, that's another thing that I really liked.
That's cool. Kitty?
Yeah, Kingpin, obviously, they got right. I also like that they showed that they make their own arrows, basically. So it's not provided by Stark or some fancy company. I mean, obviously, it's based off of their tech, but, and I thought it was nice to see that we found a lot of Avengers statuses in there, like Pym, Shock. We had Sonic.
I know.
I think The only thing
Had
that
the
was
whole
lacking.
bag of
I
tricks.
was like,
This man had the whole bag of tricks, though, yo.
Yeah, I was just
yeah.
just happy with what they've shown in this episode.
Yes, indeed. 2020 twin.
What did they get right?
Boy, I can't with this dude, bro. Come on, man.
Obviously, giving the people what they've been asking for this whole time. Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. They gave us all the Kingpin we could handle, and then some. I thought it was. I enjoyed once again Yelena. She is very good in that role, and she's very charismatic. Once again, they gave her, some actual good lines, unlike the Black Widow movie, and she got to once again showcase why she's very cool and probably is going to be the MCU's new Black Widow. And I think, if they keep, this kind of swagger the way she is, I think she could be very, very good in that role. I definitely enjoy her. Whenever she's on scene, I can definitely relate to Kate when she said, "Stop making me like you." she's
I can't help it.
very, very hard not to like Yelena. I thought some of the action was good. Obviously underscored by the silliness. I thought they did a good job tying together the loose ends that they threw out around the series, and which I was wondering if they would be able to kind of bring everything together, but they managed to do that. I also think overall they did a really great job with the relationship between Clint and Kate, and I thought they did, and how they build her up throughout what was basically her origin story. I thought they did a actually pretty good job establishing her as a upcoming hero. Obviously, they could have done a lot better in some areas, but all the people that were rushing to call her Mary Sue obviously were very badly mistaken and kind of always seem to jump the gun. In that case, I thought actually handled Kate pretty well. I think they actually kind of undermined her unnecessarily, especially the last two episodes. But I think her character overall is pretty fun. I'm looking forward to seeing how they improve her throughout the MCU.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. They got a lot right this time. The like Kitty said, the arrows, the bag of tricks is on point. You got to give them that. That damn bag of tricks is on point, especially for us Hawkeye mains. I was in there just cheesing, dude. I was cheesing. I was like, bro,
I was grinning the entire time, and I was even like, oh my god, I want to see that arrow and that arrow and that arrow because I mean, hey,
yes,
it was just, I was and when Clint shot an arrow without looking, like
bro,
he does with
when
the
he did the move in the game, dog, he was just like, I was like, bro, if that arrow would have came back to him, dog, I'd have just put the TV off and just went outside naked or something. I don't even know. It was fire. Bro. It was fire.
Yeah, Kate, Kate's reaction was she was like, my hero.
I'm so happy he showed her how to make arrows. You know what I mean? That right there was an important. It was very small, but it's very important to her character because going forward, she will be Hawkeye and she'll need to know how to do that kind of stuff. So,
and when that trick he showed her with the quarter, whatever, she used it against Kingpin. I
was gonna get to that. I was gonna get to that. That they got Kingpin actually all the way right in this episode. That was King. He was actually to me better than he was in Daredevil. But like his demeanor was a little bit like you could tell Daredevil had whipped his ass. He had the cane and everything. You know what I'm saying? But it still was him. You know what I mean? And I liked it. What else did they get right? That ice skating ring scene, dude. When they actually got to use the arrows and they did their little signature poses, I was just like, man, they fan servicing right now. They are fan servicing right now. But y'all know what segment comes next. What did they get wrong? So before we do that, can I get everybody on the screen to put their hands together like this? Rub them real slow, because it's about to go down, people.
What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doom Killer HD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. Put your hands together and rub slow.
Do the Birdman, hands the Birdman, hands.
It's about to go down, act like you know.
Do the Birdman, hands the Birdman, hands.
You know the motto, let the good times roll.
Do the Birdman, hands the Birdman, hands.
Put your hands together and rub slow.
Do the Birdman, hands the Birdman, hands.
Sadot, this your section, son. This your section, bro. You ready? What did they get wrong? We're gonna let you go first. This your section.
so they actually this part could actually fall under things they did right, which was they finally killed off girl boss's manservant once her for all. Thank God they put him out of his misery. I hope they don't bring him back because they didn't technically show him die, but good riddance. Horrible interpretation of that character. So sorry to comic book fans. Glad he's dead. But they somehow made me less interested in watching Echo's series, and I didn't think that was possible because this was supposed to be the Kate Bishop origin story / Hawkeye I'll Be Home for Christmas adventure. And they shoehorned in Echo, even though Kingpin was the main villain and, you know, working with the mom. And but regardless, they gave Echo her own origin story within Kate Bishop's origin story. You know, they showed her as a child, they showed her grow up to, you know, somehow have superhuman strength and beat up everybody. They established her motivation, you know, trying to get revenge on the Ronin for apparently killing her dad. And they tied it all off with her, you know, having to kill Kazi because he chose his loyalty to Kingpin, surprisingly over his fealty to her. And then she went ahead and tied it off and got her revenge on Kingpin by shooting him to close out the show. Now I'm fairly confident he's still alive. Obviously, I mean he should be with all the stuff he did take, which I'll get into next. But now it's like, okay, well, we got her backstory, we got her main motivation out of the way, we got her character arc seemingly completed. Okay, why the hell am I going to watch an Echo series now? Literally, what's the point now? like, okay, what, you're going to bring back Kingpin from the dead and rehash the entire thing that you just did in the Kate Bishop and Hawkeye show? Like, I have zero interest. I have even less interest in the character. And speaking of action, the music underscored just how much I don't like this direction that they took this series. Like, when I saw the first trailer, it was like, okay, Die Hard, but Hawkeye, cool. They took it, then they just went full Home Alone, and it got so over the top and ridiculous. I couldn't even take it seriously. And at a certain point, like, you had girl boss kick her manservant like 50 feet through the air. Somehow you had freaking Kingpin get hit by a car and blown up and shot with multiple arrows and just gets up without even like, all you got out of all, like, Kate Bishop literally sets off 4 different arrows and all after he got hit
battery effect on that boy.
She had the full Tachyon surge and target buff going on this boy, and she just made him limp a bit and dirtied up his suit in his Hawaiian shirt. And I'm just like, what the hell am I watching right now, bro? And you know, and him by the car scene also didn't even make sense, because in the frame right before he got hit by the car driven by her mom, the fucking car was still there, parked perfect in the same spot, and then the next frame it's driving at full speed from a completely different angle and running him through the building. I'm like, what is this? What is this clown
That was
show?
a horrible cut.
Watching
Bro.
right
That was
now.
a horrible
Like,
cut. Because that fight was only going on 2 seconds, and Mom coming in at 60 miles per hour. Like, what?
Yeah, so you're telling me during the time when Kate shot him with an arrow, he removed it, shot him again, her mom was able to climb out of the car, the back seat, close it, move the dead body, get into the seat, restart the car, back up, go across the street, get a full head of steam, and then plow into Kingpin without him noticing anything. Like, what are we doing here, bro?
Bruh, that's all I got for you,
bruh. and you know, I like Yelena, but you know, her scenes with Kate Bishop, you know, making her look silly is just like, all right, come on, guys. I get it. It's fun. You know, Yelena's cool, and Kate you know, kind of looks up to her like her, but like we're trying to establish also Kate as, you know, the next hero. Can we not have her look like an idiot every time she runs into Yelena? Like she's supposed to be a world-class hand-to-hand fighter, world-class archer, world-class fencer, and Yelena is just like it's the three Stooges. Like, come on now.
She made it look like a little fly, batted it all away real quick. You're right.
Like it really under just really all the slapstick just kind of took all the seriousness out of this episode. I couldn't take anything going on seriously. It kind of annoyed me how, you know, they had her do the whole "stop lying to me," you know. like come on. Like at this point, you should have been figured out, first of all, that Hawkeye didn't kill your sister. Like, come on now. But then the double down, like, you're lying, stop lying. You know, they spared the scene. You know, they had their nice little moment, you know, after Clint was sufficiently beat down for their taste, and they ended up having, you know, a nice little moment where Yelena, you know, decides to go off. But I'm like, come on, guys. This is getting silly here. Once again, you know, I love her. I knew they were going to do this with her mom, and I resigned that Jack was not going to be swordsman, but nice that they still found a way to make him useful, you know, have him, you know, have his swordsman fun, but also not be a villain at all. The LARPers had way too much screen time. It wasn't funny. They did way too much with that. I knew the mom was going to be portrayed, you know, as a sympathetic figure, but which she is 100% not. But glad that they at least ended it with her being put into prison. Shows that Kate was willing to make the tough call and put her mom in jail on Christmas, even though she 100% deserved it for all the stuff she did, even though she had a good motivation behind it in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes a villain. A lot of villains are just people who are doing bad things because they think they have no other choice. But overall, yeah, the series. I'd even put it below Falcon and Winter Soldier. Honestly, it's not.
Yeah.
I think it's the worst Disney Plus show so far. Despite the few 3 episodes in a row being pretty good, I thought overall, you know, I'm glad we got to see Vince back in the MCU, but I thought the show was a miss.
Gotcha. I mean, I expected that from you, of course. Let's go to a positive note real quick. We'll go up top to you, Miss Alien Fire.
What more is there to say? I mean,
this is his segment. You know, he got a clown. So.
What did they got wrong? Again, Echo, as Sadot mentioned, I think they did a great disservice to her character, especially if they have every intention to give her a series. I don't understand how she came around so fast. Like she just switched from, being like super vengeful, and all of a sudden she was just abandoning all, all desire she had of killing Ronan. I don't know. It just happened too fast. Like, I would have liked to, for them to get more into that, but it was the last episode, and they didn't have time, and la la la. So yeah, that was disappointing. What else? Yeah, the LARPers. I mean, God, why?
Not the LARPers.
I mean,
Why are they there?
I
Why
mean,
are they there?
the whole thing at the Christmas party just didn't make any sense. They didn't have to be there, and they basically didn't do anything. Like, they couldn't even control anyone. It's so, why putting them there? Like,
They got dressed up in their Lauber outfits to do the exact same thing they were doing in their valet outfits, which I was just like, when they got dressed up, I was like, oh, they're about to start fighting, right? Oh, cool.
yeah,
Wait,
but no,
still directing
that was like a big mess altogether.
Yes.
Other than that, no, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I did enjoy the series a lot, but I agree with Sadot. To me, Falcon and Winter Soldier is above that. Even though I love Hawkeye, I enjoyed that one better. But yeah,
I hear you.
that's about it.
Miss Kitty, I must start calling you Sadot Jr. You want to go ahead and knock it out the park for us on this?
I think Sadot basically mentioned everything. I also have to agree. I have zero interest in Echo now after seeing her, and I gotta add to that. I don't know her from the comics or anything. I've never read a Marvel comic, to be honest. Never had the chance to when I was younger, and so I never grew into that. But when they announced the Echo show, I kind of went on the internet and looked her up and thought, oh, that sounds like an interesting character. I can't wait to see her. And now that I've seen her, I must say, no, please not like this. This does not sound like what I read at all. There's no interest there. As far as the Kingpin fight is concerned, yeah, I also had the feeling they kind of did something to the Kingpin. I mean, okay, maybe he went to the Shadow Broker, got some fancy super soldier serum for himself,
but Kingpin has super strength in invulnerability in the comics, even in the PS4.
Yeah, he has it. He has it in the comics, but he did not have it in the MCU before. I mean, they did show in Daredevil that he was maybe a bit stronger than the average human, and he had this special woven suit that could absorb some hits and impact and all of that. But he was not the superhuman being he was in this show now.
Yeah.
So either we're definitely seeing a different version of the Kingpin that just draws inspiration from the Daredevil show, and they really went out of their way to show that it's a different Kingpin, yet still the same in the core when it comes to personality. Yeah, the last scene, obviously he's not dead. I mean, Echo wasn't even aiming at the face, so we know the suit can withstand an arrow. I don't see a difference for a bullet there. But yeah, I think the only thing that really got wrong on this one was Echo.
I am going to agree with everybody on the panel for the first time. I think we are all in agreement that Echo is trash. I'm sorry. She is though. I mean, actually, when she came out of the van when she was about to fight Kazi, right? I was like, okay, that looks like Echo now. You know what I mean? She had the black on with the straight hair. She was standing straight up. You know what I mean? She wasn't slouched over, looking like Echo. I can't talk, but Echo. She wasn't like that. She was like, and then it just really went to to trash right. Literally after that, they gave her 2 seconds of glory and took it right back from her. So yeah, she was trash. But that storyline was trash. Kingpin got shot by her in the comics, literally straight from the comics. So he's definitely still alive. I mean, but like Kitty said, he is. I didn't pay attention to that, but you're right. He is a lot stronger than he was in Daredevil. He was strong in Daredevil. I mean, Daredevil is I wouldn't say a super powered being, but he has abilities. So I didn't really look at it as Kingpin not being as strong as he normally is because of who he was fighting. And I'm like, okay, well, he's kicking Kate behind because Kate is just Kate. You know, she doesn't have anything super about her at all. And obviously, Yelena was mopping the floor with her, so she is not as talented as a Daredevil or anything like that. So it is going to look like, you know, a mopping. But you're right. When he took that explosion from that battery effect from the shock, Pym Sonic, whatever was in there, you know what I'm saying? When that boy took that tachyon surge and just got up, I was like, okay, wow. Yeah, he's a super soldier or something. He had to hit Sharon Carter up over there because that boy was doing some things, you know what I mean?
And the way he threw Kate across the room like a rag doll, I mean, jeez.
Well, he kind of tossed Daredevil the same way, but still.
Yeah,
well, I didn't watch the entire series of Daredevil.
That made sense, but the being hit by a car and just popping back up and throwing Kate across the room was like,
a boy Jab said he been hitting the gym. He on his June grind real quick. Okay, who was your favorite character throughout the entire series from episode 1 to episode 6? And we'll start with you, Alien.
That's a good question. I have to say Hawkeye. Surprisingly, because this series gave me the chance to learn a lot more about his character in the MCU because he had been so neglected during the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned more about his the way he thinks, the way he feels, his motivations, his self-doubt, his everything, even his relationship with Natasha. So yeah, and definitely Hawkeye.
Not mad at that. Kitty, your favorite character from episode 1 through 6?
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one, but luckily I can move around that a bit by just saying Hawkeye and actually including 2 characters. I loved Kate too. Her character and her personality. She was this fangirl she grew up as, and I liked seeing her like that. And also that goofy aspect that she showed in this series reminded me a lot of Scott Lang and Ant-Man.
Mm.
Just fooling around because that's his type of thing, but he's good at the core and still gets the job done somehow, and can be professional when he needs to. And I think she showed that at least in the series finale or the season finale.
Yeah. Okay. 2022, who you got as your favorite character from episode 1 through 6?
Oh, easy. Echo. Clearly. the best character in the entire
MCU. He ain't talking to you anymore. He's done.
Definitely Duquesne. He stole every scene he was in.
Everyone.
He would if they had went their route of making him a villain, he would have been a wonderful, likable villain. They made him kind of a hero at the end, made him like have no involvement in criminal activity whatsoever, which is fine. He's incredibly likable, very charismatic. The actor did a phenomenal job, and yeah, every time I watched a new episode, I'm like, I hope we get to see some Duquesne.
I agree. He was my favorite too. The dude just, I don't know what it is about him, but I mean, even if you look at the poster, everybody's on a poster like, and Duquesne is just like, like that dude is just, I mean, he's a fun character. He's probably my favorite thing in the whole series. I'm actually happy they did not turn him villainous. Like, I actually like this version of the Swordsman, you know what I mean? Like, what you can do so much with that, you know what I mean? He could actually be a part of the Thunderbolts and be their comic relief, because right now it's like a bunch of hard asses on the team, you know what I mean? If you're looking at the characters that they could potentially put on there, throwing him on there, that would just be awesome. You know, he'd be their comic relief, and I don't know, he was just that dude. So I'm gonna agree with you on that one, Sadot. I'm gonna say Duquesne was the guy for me. Chat, who did you guys like in as far as your favorite hero from episodes 1 through 6? We'll look at those in a minute. But We'll move on to something a little more up Sadot in Kitty's area. Who was the worst character in this whole series? And I know everybody's going to agree, but I would just like to hear what you guys have to say. We'll start with you, Miss Alien Fire.
Worst character. Kazi.
Boom. Okay.
That's it. I don't think there's much else to say. He was just like a doormat, and no, just no. And then Echo, but yeah, even worse than Echo was Kazi.
Indie Money Mo. Let's go with you, Twin.
I have to say it's a tie between Kazi and the LARPers. The LARPers were such a waste of screen time. Not the only thing that was contributed was getting the Hawkeye and Kate new suits, which I don't even think were looked that good to begin with, and they just had way too much. They had way too much attention paid to them. They weren't funny. Like 99.9% of the series, they had way too much dedicated to them, and it just consistently dragged the series down. You know, obviously Kazi is trash. Echo is trash. That entire thing is trash. Like, if they remove Kazi, Echo, and the LARPers, I think it would have been a much better series overall.
Too much time on them damn LARPers. Go ahead, Kitty. Wrap it up.
Yeah, it's basically Echo and a Manservant. Yeah, I didn't know Kazi before, so he's
Me neither.
possibly not as ruined for me as he is for other people. But Echo, I was super interested in, and just no. But I have to do something to uplift the LARPers a bit. As much as I didn't like the actual LARP episode they did early on. In the series, in the season finale, I think they did a really good job, and I liked them a lot, especially the moment when they put on their suits, because we all know they're firefighters and policewomen. So initially, you would think, okay, they're putting on the uniforms, so people will listen to them finally, bring some authority. But basically, they're in the MCU. The only thing people listen to are costumed people, like superheroes. That's what they pay respect to. That's who they listen to now, since they've been around for so long. And I think that was a really good moment that shows that the people are actually in need of heroes still.
I mean, they still didn't listen to him. They had to literally abduct a child to get him to safety.
The Kane's little nephew, but that's dude though.
It was the ignorant child though.
Yeah, that little kid, boy. He was actually pretty funny though. I like him. He was very funny.
Him and Duquesne played well off each other. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Absolutely.
You remember when you peed? It's like, what? The little kid was so pissed off. He was like, I hate you, bro. I hate you. Favorite scene in the whole series, not just episode 6. So, I mean, we've got a couple of different scenes with Kate and Yelena that I think were pretty awesome. So I'm gonna go first. I think the elevator scene with Kate and Yelena this go around was probably the funniest thing in this whole episode. Kate is so good at being infatuated with Yelena, you know what I mean? She loves her some Clint, but she really loves her some Yelena on the slick too, you know what I mean? So when Yelena was like, rah, and she rips her coat off, and Kate is just like, yeah, I did it on purpose. I really didn't, you know what I mean? I was just like, oh, that's comedy right there. I like that. So that's probably, out of the whole series, that's probably one of my favorite scenes. Them two together is just comedy gold, and a lot of simping going on in that scene. So we'll go with you, Kitty. No, we just talked to you last, so let's go with you, Alien.
I can't just pick one scene, but
you have to.
No, but I wasn't prepared for that. I'm like, oh, okay. No. There were a few scenes, a few conversations between Hawkeye and Kate that really brought me to tears. As their relationship was like sort of growing, there were some very personal moments. that just like really got to me. And yeah, those were my favorite moments in the entire series. So I can't pinpoint one more than the
Just their
other.
interactions were. I
Yeah.
got you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, there were some funny ones, but the personal ones, the ones that just, well, for example, in this episode, when Kate finally explained to Clint that he was the reason why she had decided to, become an archer, and then she wanted to become a superhero, because you don't need superpowers to be a superhero. That just, yeah.
Had a little
Oh
couple
my
of
God.
tears coming out the eyes, mama. Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead, Kitty. Go ahead and follow that up.
Yeah, it's my favorite moments are definitely the moments between Kate and Clint. There's several. I really love the scene where she is basically the interpreter between him and his
Oh.
son that's on the phone. That also got me
Yeah.
got some tears welling up. And then this episode was just the interaction that Alien mentioned. There were a couple more when he started actually training her and showing her some things like the coin toss. And again, when it comes to funniest, it was actually in the last episode. My funniest moment was when the owl flew by and just picked up the little.
Bro, I
First of all,
forgot about that.
it was such a cute little thing. I
Oh.
immediately fell in love when he saw it in the tree, and
Yeah.
that moment just set me cracking up.
Yeah, I forgot about that moment. That was pretty daggone because it was just so random. You're like, oh
Yeah.
wow, really?
Exactly.
and Hawkeye was like, well, there's that. Okay. Swin, favorite scene, favorite moment throughout the entire series, boss.
It hasn't changed. There were some cool scenes in this one, despite the many bad ones. But my hands down, still my favorite scene is when Kate visited Hawkeye so he wouldn't be alone for Christmas, and they had a heart to heart where he explained his relationship with Natasha and told the story of how the best shot was the one he never took, and explained how he ended up meeting her, and she got to hear his side of things and his backstory of why Black Widow's death hit him so hard, what she meant to him. And I felt that they really did a good job of bringing them closer together through that whole scene, and that was kind of, to me, the start of, okay, this is they're finally hitting their groove and doing a good job of really capturing that Kate Bishop and Clinton Barton dynamic. This is basically where it starts and the foundation for it and how it's building up. And I thought they did a very good job of kind of tying it all up by having Kate then explain to Clint, why she became a hero in the first place. I thought that was a perfect ending to that sort of conversation that they had started a couple episodes back.
Yes, indeed. So 4 and 6, huh? That was your two spots. I got you. Okay. Finally, ranking this series on Disney Plus. We've had Loki, we had What If, we've had Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Am I missing anything?
What If?
I said
He
What
said
If.
it. Yeah.
Is that What If? So
Yeah.
that should be.
Okay. So how are we gonna rank this one? Is it top of the list, bottom of the list, middle of the list? And we will go with you, cute little Kate, Kitty.
Ooh, I'm gonna make some enemies here.
Ooh.
So my list is still Wonder Vision is number 1.
Okay.
Hawkeye is number 2.
Oh.
What If is on 3.
Uh-huh.
Falcon and Winter Soldier is 4, and Loki is 5th. By far.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna breathe real quick. Whew. That was a list. That was you done made some enemies in your own camp. Anyway,
Yeah.
Alien Fire. What do you got? How you gonna rank this?
First would be WandaVision, because that was just a little gem. Second, I'm very biased because I love Bucky, Falcon, and the Winter Soldier. And I really did enjoy the series. Um, Third would be whew, What If was so good. But oh man, that's too hard. Again, I was not prepared for this.
You weren't. I know. I'm sorry.
I have to say Hawkeye, then Loki, then What If.
Wow, y'all crazy. Okay.
Because I have to. I can't rank things. I love them all, but
Got you. Twin, wrap that one up, bro.
This one's actually pretty easy for me. It's number 1, Loki. Number 2, What If. Number 3, WandaVision. Number 4, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Number 5, High School, the musical, the series. Number 6, every old show on Disney Plus. A bologna sandwich without cheese, and then Hawkeye.
No cheese on them. They gave y'all the lactose-free sandwich. Oh God, you know you got issues, bro. I'm gonna say What If is number 1 for me. Loki, WandaVision. Actually, no, Winter Falcon and Captain America and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and then Hawkeye. I mean, I liked everything about all of this. Not everything, but I mean, I liked all of the series, and all of the series are good. This is not like these series are trash. Just in my order, that's just the way they roll. You know what I mean?
Do better, Senator. Do better.
That was really. Oh God, that speech was bad, bro. God, that was a bad speech. But I liked the show overall. I thought it was a good show. I thought the introduction of the Thunderbolts is in that show. You know what I mean? So I liked it. Final thoughts on everything we're talking about right now, as far as this series as a whole. You know, you're going back and you telling people if they should watch this series and whatnot, and what would you tell them? And we will start with Kitty. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. If you're into the MCU, definitely watch it. Like it's been said before. I mean, even the worst Disney Plus show is still really good. I mean, I enjoyed Loki too. It's just it can't compete to the other 4 for me. Yeah, you'll have a great time. You'll have a fun 6 hours watching it.
Okay. Alien. No, you know what? We're gonna save you for last. I want your take last. You get to think about it a little longer. Sadot, final thoughts overall on the series as a whole. If somebody was like, "Yo, should I watch this?" What would you tell them?
I'd be like, if you're really bored and you've seen all the other ones before, you're waiting for Moon Knight and Miss Marvel. You need something to do. You've watched Arcane League of Legends already. You need something. You need a superhero fix. I'd say definitely pop in starting episode 3, and pop out whenever you're bored. It's not. This is ultimately, to me, just going to be pretty forgettable. Among the Disney Plus shows, I had high hopes for a Hawkeye centric show, and while I think they're going to be pieces from the show that will be useful in hopefully better shows and movies in the future. I hope Elena is a part of things going forward. I don't mind Haley Steinfeld, Kate Bishop being in future stuff. I'm looking forward to her in Young Avengers. I hope Kingpin continues to Kingpin, but as far as the show, I think it's by far the worst of the Marvel Disney Plus offerings. I didn't think we'd get a worse show than Falcon and Winter Soldier until potentially Miss Marvel, and this show just it wasn't that it was just so aggressively bad, like like
Not aggressively bad, bro. Come on.
I mean, it had really aggressively bad moments, but it overall wasn't. Even though it didn't overall have like some of the cringe of Falcon and Winter Soldier,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't try to go super, social justice like some aspects of Loki and Falcon and Winter Soldier, but it was just such a low quality show. Like the other shows had their problems in terms of the writing, but I felt like the actual show itself, the production of Hawkeye, felt like they gave it to a first year film student.
Yeah.
The editing was really bad. The music was god awful. It just felt like amateur hour compared to some of the stuff. Even Falcon and Winter Soldier, as bad as some of the episodes and aspects of it were, it was a very well produced show. Like it had high production values, great choreography, great performances, great scenery. It felt like, okay, this is a Marvel show if it came to Disney. Same with Loki, high budget, great set pieces, very creative, very imaginative. And Hawkeye's show just felt like they had some leftover money and were like, who doesn't have a show yet?
This man said spare change, bro.
Let's give John in the mailroom a shot. He's never directed before, right? Let's give him a shot. Like it just felt like a bad production, and it was which was weird because it has some really talented cast members involved in the production. The writing wasn't terrible, at least for them, for the most part. Obviously Echo's whole thing was awful, but the actual performances were good. But it was just so surprising that this is something that came out of Disney, considering their track record. Like even Black Widow, despite it being a terrible movie, still had very high production value. At the very least, you can tell professional people worked on this project, even if professional people didn't write that project. But with Hawkeye, it was like, oh, this is just amateur hour. I don't know what happened there.
Man, I hear you. I can't even argue with you. I mean, I normally would, but I can't. Alien, do you want to wrap this up? Your final thoughts on the show as a whole, and if someone was to ask you, if you've seen it, I mean, if they should watch it, I should say, what would you tell them?
Well, just like Kitty, I would tell them, if you like the MCU, then yes, go ahead. And if someone is looking for like it's kind of weird to say, but a good family show, like for Christmas, I think it's the kind of series that can appeal to a lot of people of almost all ages. So in that respect, I think I would that's what I would say.
Definitely. Okay. My overall, I mean, it's a good show. I mean, it's not as bad. I mean, it's not as good as the other shows, but it's still enjoyable. You know what I mean? It's something that you can sit down, even with your family, especially if your family is into the MCU. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely sit down with your family, watch the show. It's cool to watch around Christmas time. The music is going to suck, but I mean, you got two great archers in it. You've got the Kingpin that comes in. Madame Mask, who really never turned into Madame Mask, did an excellent job.
Echo.
No, stop, bro. I mean, we got Duquesne though. You know what I mean? We got Duquesne. That's it. You know what I mean? That's fire to me. You know what I mean? So it's a good show. You know what I mean? Though we've talked about the bad, we also talked about the good. And there's a lot of good in this show. There, like that ice rinks fighting scene, I thought was just way too awesome. I mean, it was using every arrow in the book, and they showed it. You know what I mean? It was fire. You know what I mean? So, it was overall a good series, not a great series, but it was a cool entry for the MCU. So just something to do for the holidays. You know what I mean? Like Sadot said, if you're bored, ain't got nothing to do, definitely check it out. It's something that, you know, it'll definitely keep you, especially if you binge it. If you binge watch all of the episodes, it's actually a lot better than waiting week by week. But I don't know. It was cool. You know what I mean? Anybody got anything? I'm sorry, I have a meeting to go to after this thing, so we can't really do the whole questions from the chat this weekend. This week. I apologize, chat. But does anybody on the panel have anything that they want to say before we wrap this thing up? About
Merry Christmas.
Show. That too.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
This is the last show before Christmas. I mean,
Merry
Christmas, y'all.
So. Yeah, and then because Secret Wars is going to be on the 26th. So Merry Christmas, my lovelies. Mwah.
Yes, indeed. Kitty, you want to say anything before we get up out of here?
Yep. Happy holidays, and I hope I'll see you all on the 26th for Secret Wars.
We need to talk about that. We need
to.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Laura for getting her watch back. Good.
Nice.
Oh my God! Yes, we forgot to talk about that. Oh Jesus!
I'm glad that very important plot point that stopped.
Is she Mockingbird though? She's Agent 19? Is she Mockingbird? Is the question. But
I think they had a Mockingbird in Agents of Shield.
Yeah, exactly.
But who knows what they're doing with the canon? But
Agents
I'm glad
of Shield is not canon anymore.
Yeah, I'm glad that very important apparently piece that they completely forgot about for a while ended up having.
They tied the loose end.
Yeah.
They tied the loose end.
Even they tied that one. So
good
for them. Glad Lucky got his real name.
I know.
Everyone's home for the holidays. Merry Christmas. Hope you all have a wonderful time. If you haven't seen No Way Home, I hope you get to see it and aren't spoiled. And if you did see it, definitely check out me and Doom's review of it. We went hard on that.
Sadot, can you type your name in the chat real quick? I need to make you a moderator, bro. Never mind. I got you already. Don't worry about it. We good. Anyways, thank you. I did not mean to interrupt you either, my dude, if I did just now. But man, this was cool, guys. I enjoyed the series. I think it was awesome. I enjoyed this panel. You guys always have the best hot takes. Like, I mean, I just enjoy movies. I enjoy TV shows. So to have like some actual guys who critique the stuff and can break it down and do things like that is too awesome. And Alien Fighter, you kind of like me, you just enjoy stuff. So to have somebody's opinion who just enjoys, what they're watching, it's also awesome to have on a panel. Cute little Chaos Kitty, you are new to the team, but you have been an integral part. We definitely appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. My twin, bro, your hot takes, bro. Sometimes I think you need mental help because you're crazy as hell. crazy, but I love them, dog. Like, I wouldn't have it any other way. You feel me? all in the chat out there, people who are watching on Twitch, people who are over here watching on YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. See you for the next series, which is Miss Marvel. Is that one next?
She-Hulk, I think.
No? Yeah, Miss Marvel is the only one we have a date for, a rough one. That's summer 2022. Although I believe we will
delayed.
Get one.
It got delayed. It was supposed to come out in November. It got delayed. Pretty big.
God, do we not have anything else that's coming out Disney Plus wise?
We don't know yet.
It's most likely going to be She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
There's obviously a lot of shows coming in 2022, and I doubt they will pack them all after Miss Marvel. So
okay. Well, we'll see y'all for the next Disney Plus show, or maybe like DC Titans when it comes back on, or something like that. We'll figure it out. Anyways, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Alien, would you like to hit them and then I'll hit them with the end part?
Oh yes, laissez les bons temps rouler.
Which means let the good times roll. Peace out, peoples.